guys, 54, last exam review problem. So here we go, let's get her done. A little bit of a challenging one. I've already kick-started it. A plane is flying 620 miles per hour. 64 degrees west of north. So this whole angle right here is 64 degrees. Let's keep track of this stuff. Remember, this is north, east, south, west. So that right here is 64 degrees west of north. A wind blowing 125 mile per hour is blowing 26 mile an hour west of north. Same thing, west of north. So I drew another X. So here is my 620 mile an hour airplane. And there's my wind, 125 miles per hour, 26 degrees west of north. So here's a new north. And here's how you get the problem kick-started. Now this is going to turn into a massive geometry problem. So before we even read any of these questions, well, first of all, it says draw vectors representing the situation. Check, we got that taken care of. Now the fun begins. A lot of geometry. I'm going to find every angle possible. So this little angle right in here is 90. And if I look over here where this crosses this is also 90. So a bunch of things that we can calculate right now. If we take a look at this 64 degrees right here, it leaves us with 26 degrees right here. And if that's 26, we know this is 90 down here. 90 and 26 is 116. If we subtract that from 180, we get 64 degrees. That's what this one is right here. Now, why are we finding that? Well, if we look at this right here, from here to here, that's 180. So if we add these up, get 90 plus 64 is 154. If we subtract that from 180, we get another 26 degrees. So this is 26 degrees also. Now, why is that so helpful? Well, now we know what we can add this angle. Let's go ahead and put an A here, a B here, and a C here. We're concentrating on this triangle right here. We're going to use law of sine and law of cosine if possible. One thing we do know, if we add this up, and this is going to get messy, 26 plus 90 plus this little 26 is 90 plus, that'd be 52, which is 142 degrees. Now, let me pause this for just a second. Okay, so what I've done, just to save a little video time, is I've taken this messy little drawing, and I've transferred it here. We know this is 142, so I put it here. We know this is 125, that's the speed of the wind, it's right here. And we know the speed of the airplane is 620. You can see this is not to scale. So don't get hung up on this not being to scale. This is obviously way longer than this, but this is the drawing we're going to go with. Now we got to use the law of sine or cosine to find some things. Now we're trying to find the resulting direction of the plane. Now what they're really asking for is, what is this angle right here? Well, we can't go 90 plus 64 because 64 is from here to here. So what we really need to do is figure out what this is. Now we'll be able to figure out what that is if we figure out what this little slice is. And that little slice is right here, angle C. So if we tried the law of sine, we couldn't do it because we need, remember, law of sine is sine of A all over side A, sine of B all over side B, sine of angle C all over side C. We need two of these three fractions, three of the four parts. We got angle B, no side B. We got side C, no angle C. And then as far as A goes, we got side A, but no angle A. So this isn't going to work for us yet. So we're going to have to use the law of cosine and take advantage of this information we got. Now notice we have side A, side B, side C, side A, and angle B. So we're going to take advantage of that by using the law of cosine that's going to work for us. And that will be, let me make sure it's right, B squared equals a squared plus bc, can't screw that up, minus 2ac cosine of angle B. I'm just going to put that in there for now. So we know b squared equals, here it comes, 620 squared, numbers are going to be big, plus c squared, which is 125 squared, minus 2 times a times c. And I'm going to go ahead and figure out what this is, cosine of 142. Let me grab my calculator. So we'll go to our calculator. Here we go. Cosine of 142. Make sure your calculator's in degree mode, and that's negative 0.788. All right. I'm going to have some fun with my calculator and get back to you in 2 seconds. Okay, so follow my math here. This went to here, this went to here. All of this turned into a plus because we got 2 negatives, and that multiplied together gives us that crazy number. These all added gives me that. Take the square root of both sides, and I get 722.6. So we know that this is 722.6. Make sure I'm on the screen. Which is the resulting speed of the plane with the 620 mile an hour. Let me pause that a second. Okay, now that we have those numbers, now we're set to go to find angle C here, because we can go sine of angle B, 142, all over side B. And we can pick, we'll go with angle C because we need that, sine of angle C all over side C. Now, let's crank out some numbers. I'm going to pause this. All right, just had to look that up. So now I'm going to take my calculator and I'm going to cross multiply here. 125 times 0.616. I get 77 on the nose. Try that again. 0.616 times 125. Wow, okay. So we get 77, and we cross multiply this way, equals 722.6 sine of angle C. Divide by 722.6, divide by 722.6. I'll pause it again. Okay, so I went ahead and did the math, got down to here, and then I went second sine, 0.1065, so I can find angle C. And angle C ends up being 6.11 degrees. So I know that right there is 6.11 degrees. Now we can go back to the question. So it says, what is the resulting direction of the plane? Well, that would be 90, and I guess we could just kind of think of it this way. We know it's going to be this part, so that's going to be, I don't know where to write my answers, it's so messy, 90 from that. Now we don't want all of this, because that's 64 degrees. We got to subtract 6.11 from 64 and then add that to 90. So we're going to add really 64 degrees minus that little sliver, 6.11. So if we take our calculator, 90 plus 64 minus 6.11, we get 147. We'll round that to 0.9. 147.89, we'll go 147.9. So 147.9 is the resulting direction of the plane. What is the direction of the plane? So we just calculated that. After 6 hours, how far has the plane traveled? We got to multiply this resulting speed times 6. So 722.6 times 6. And we get, the plane will have traveled 4,335.6 after 6 hours. So there it is, the grand finale. All right, if you like this video, like and subscribe.